I'm about to overload my aggression inhibitors.
Okay, that was our warm-up round, and now into set 2. The tone has been set for the series now. I said over on SC2GG, if Flash won the first game, he would make Movie believe that he could not beat Flash in the final situation, and that's very important. Very important to get those head games going from the first set. First set always sets the tone of a series. But we're going into this one. I'm going to give you a little bit more background about these two guys. Flash obviously has been in the finals before. He's got to be a little bit less nervous than Movie, and Movie has got to be so nervous. Movie has said in interviews that he's not nervous about Flash as a player because he treats all players the same. He doesn't really fear any certain player's strengths. And I actually believe him when he says that because Movie looks the same when he's going up against pretty much any player. But I do think Movie is being affected by the number of people, the high stakes of this matchup. He just looks nervous to me, and Flash does not. Flash has been in the 2008 Bacchus OSL Finals before, and he won that 3-0 against a Protoss. So all of those factors together, I think, are helping Flash's confidence in this matchup, and Movie's confidence can't be that great. I mean, he just lost a game. This is his second best of 5 ever. His semifinals against Shine were his very first best of 5 ever, so yeah, a lot of pressure to put on Movie, a potential Royal Roader. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. This one is on El Nino. And like I said, Movie is a candidate for Royal Roading this OSL, and what that means is Royal Roading means winning your first OSL from the round of 36. Doesn't really count the prelims guys, because there are hundreds and hundreds of prelims guys who compete all the time, but winning from, a twitch from Flash! Flash is twitching, Movie, run out of the building! But Movie is up at the 12 o'clock position in orange, and down at the 5 o'clock position in, not sure, some color, is Flash. He's down there. Let's get some more predictions for this 3-player map. Fair Zoo writes, I would like to believe that Movie can make this a competitive finals, but his versus Terran is his worst matchup. Of course, versus Protoss is Flash's worst matchup as well. Unfortunately, Flash's worst is still a 67% win rate. Very true. Here's one from Saint Photius writes, it's hard to see how anyone can beat Flash the way he has been playing, but that a chance for Movie to show that he is moving up into the ranks of the top pros. But what a chance, sorry. There's one from Jacob Julin writes, Flash will make Movie cry. Oh, snap. I think we have a rabid Flash fan there. Here's the gateway coming up for Movie. As soon as that gateway comes up, he's going to... he's not scouting just yet. He wants to throw that probe back on the minerals. And then probably put down his assimilator and then go out to scout. Here's another one, another prediction from Burn Poo writes, read my prediction, please, Nuke. Shout out to Chris. So yes, this this commentary is dedicated to Chris. Chris who? Why, every Chris, of course. Every Chris watching this one's for you. But okay, continuing the prediction. This is going to be the epicest final. I don't think that's a word. 2 solid players will crash against each other, and when the dust clears, Flash will be the one standing. ... So epic. Let's see what Flash is up to down here. I don't see his refinery coming up just yet, so that could mean that Flash is going to focus his minerals on expanding soon. He is getting up that barracks, and what I've noticed about Flash's play is that sometimes he uses the same opener against a Protoss that he's been using against Zerg recently, which is just throw down that barracks and go straight for his expansion. Although Flash could definitely throw down his refinery soon. He's coming up here trying to get the scout on what Movie's doing. It's very important to get that early scouting information and then branch off your strategy. But it looks like Flash has managed to sneak in. He's going to see that cybernetic core, and he's going to know he's safe to come down here and throw down that expansion. He's going to expand very, very soon. So it's just basically the same thing he opens with against the Zerg as well. He's going to get out a few Marines, just a few, to make sure that movie can't come in with them uber pressure. Put on that pressure, and now Flash is going to try to keep that probe away. Okay, it looks like... Okay, the refinery just now coming down, so we're going to see some factories coming up soon. Movie's gotta be nervous. Man, if I were in Movie's shoes right now, I don't know what I'd do, because Movie is a pretty shy player anyway. I've noticed that about even his lower level games, even his semifinals games, he just looks very nervous all the time. He still plays great, even when he's nervous, but... well, actually... He made quite a few mistakes in his Versus Shine series, and I think that probably did have to do a lot with the fact that there are a lot of people in the audience watching him, watching if you're going to make a mistake. Movie mistake. Okay, gonna take you to the movies. Looks like Cybernetics Core is not spinning. We're not going to see Dragoon range up, because Movie threw down his robotics facility. He's going to get out some drops to start out with. And he has that Dragoon out there just to intercept that... a scouting SCV, and the SCV is going to get past the Dragoon, but it's probably not going to make it as soon as it runs into that Zealot. So that is how Movie is going to try to keep Flash in the dark. Flash is going up right now with his scout, and the observers aren't even watching it, even though it's a very important part of this game. If Flash can get the scout on what Movie is up to. Movie is throwing down his Citadel of Adun, I saw, so he could be going for some very fast tech drops, maybe a Dark Templar drop of some kind. Dark Movie coming in, but now he's coming down with a couple of Dragoons just to put on a little bit of pressure at the front. I'm not sure if he has Dragoon range or not. No, he doesn't quite have Dragoon range. But he is going to be able to pick at that SCV and probably pick at that barracks a little bit while he's in here, but he's not going to be able to get too much else done. A couple of factories coming up for Flash, very standard so far from him, but this is not standard from Movie, going for a robotics support bay and a Templar Archives, teching to everything right out of the gate, and he's not even worrying about his expansion at the moment. So Flash is probably not going to go out with another SCV scout. He knows he's going to be intercepted by Dragoons if he goes out, so he's just going to wait until he has scan prepared and then scan the main and scan where the naturals should be. He's probably going to scan where the naturals should be first, because he was kind of in the dark when he went up there with his last SCV. Oh, Movie's ferrying troops into the main of Flash. I think Flash will be able to fight this off, though. He has those two factories out, and he can come up with Vultures and all of his other troops, his Marines, coming in to help him out. And SCV is, of course, a very powerful. Movie is still in with a couple of Dragoons, but, being surrounded. A lot of damage taken to that one Dragoon. And once the tanks come out, once there's one tank out here, there's the tank. So I don't think these Dragoons are going to be able to get much else done. But here comes a drop from Movie. He's going to go in with a Reaver drop very soon. He's probably just waiting to see what he can get done down there with his last Dragoon. I think he lost all of his troops in the main. Yes, he did. So Flash, it looks like he's preparing, throwing down a bunker inside of his main, just in case. I'm not even sure if he has scan or not. I don't think he has scan, so he's just anticipating this switch from Movie. He knows that shuttle was pretty early, so he's going to know that Movie's going to be able to come in with that shuttle again. The Reaver kind of at a weird position. He reveals that Reaver a little bit too soon, I think. He probably should have come in next to the minerals, next to the mineral line, try to kill some SCVs over there before he revealed that Reaver. But now there are siege tanks out, so the Reaver's not going to get much else done unless Movie can just run back and forth between bases. Get something done there. Dark Templar being dropped from Movie. This isn't good for Flash. He doesn't have scan yet, so he's got to rely on his turrets here to see this, but he's not going to be able to. Oh, some nice Reaver micro from Movie. Of course, he's going to have to keep out of range of those tanks. Flash is going to siege up those tanks to try to destroy the Reaver, running back and forth between the bases. Let's see how fast Flash's reactions are. Oh, he's got to run those SCVs. There's going to be Scarabed. Oh, the Scarabs take out quite a few SCVs at the natural expansion, so Movie getting a good job done there. He's going to take down the machine shop.